Hi everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, and this is Connor.
Hey guys.
We're going to talk about Roadies, Season 1, Episode 1. It's called Life is a Carnival, not Pilot. Don't make my life simple. Actually, I'll be honest, I actually kind of like when they call them and give them a title. It annoys me when they don't bother naming the pilot.
I think it depends whether or not it feels like a full pilot. Like, I feel like it's more of a network thing to just call it a pilot because they deliberately shop it as a pilot.
Yeah, whereas cable networks
They
don't really
often
do
order
that.
just to order the season. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Roadies. This is from Showtime. Cameron Crowe's the showrunner. He wrote and directed this first episode. Which doesn't mean a whole lot to me because I don't think I've ever actually seen a Cameron Crowe movie, believe it or not, even though he's made a lot of them.
I definitely haven't.
He's just kind of he's just kind of weirdly flown outside of my radar
Yeah.
forever. I don't know why, but it's just kind of the way it is. And this is a show about, as the title would suggest, a group of roadies who are all sort of backstage and like set up all the gigs that the band is playing. I can't even remember who the band are.
Fuck knows.
Yeah. But so it's Luke Wilson's in it, Carla Gugino's in it, and Imogen Poots is in it. They're the sort of the recognisable faces. And one thing I will mention before we start talking about it is that the advanced reviews that went up weren't particularly healthy. I was seeing a lot of 5s and 6s out of 10s.
Yeah, it wasn't great looking, was it?
With those expectations, I kind of liked it.
See, I didn't. I thought it was trashy as hell.
Now, don't get me wrong, I think it's pointless. Like, I don't know what the point of it is. Like, I don't know what the ongoing stories are going to be. I don't. But on a pure, like, show, like behind the scenes doing something, it reminds me a little bit of like Newsroom and how that would like, but same kind of thing, but on like a news TV show
Yeah.
where it'd be them all like working up to like doing the thing, like the show that night. I kind of like that thing. Also, I have a I don't know what it is, but there's something about characters skateboarding in places that are meant to be skateboarding that I really like.
I can't even take that as seriously as a point.
Oh, come on! Marty McFly and David Spade from Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol. I'm making some deep cuts.
You really are. Like, first one, sure. Then straight Back to the Future, Police Academy 4. That's one hell of a leap there.
Now, no, don't get me wrong, I agree it's trashy. The opening scene was extremely like, why has this girl got her top off the entire scene? Like, it's meant to be funny, but it just kind of comes off as weird and.
See, that's kind of how I feel about the whole show. It's kind of meant to be funny, but comes off as just weird.
Nah, I didn't feel that way about the whole thing. There was a like I said, there's a weird pointlessness to it where I'm not really sure what it's about, other than just them being roadies. Like,
Just, I don't hate it, but I can't be dealing with an hour of trash TV every week.
I like this way more than American Gothic that we got last week.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Um, I think it's just mainly because a lot of the cast are. I mean, I think Imogen Poots is really likable.
Yeah.
Luke Wilson's okay. The one guy that I really didn't like seems to have left the show during the middle of the episode, so that's okay. The older guy who was talking about
Oh yeah.
the spiritually of like the spirituality of like talking about Phil, because his name's on his fucking hat. Of course,
That's the only way. That's the only way I know it. Who puts their own name on their hat?
I will say this though. I don't know if this was just the first episode or if it's like every episode, but like a full hour is a bit long for this.
I can't deal with an hour of this. I can't.
This was like if you cut 20 minutes out of this, it would have been tighter. It wouldn't feel like it was, there was like maybe one too many montages of things getting set up.
Yeah.
A bit too much of all that.
I don't know. It just. I think it is meant to be an hour every week though. Maybe Showtime on Showtime. It feels like it could be.
See, I'm deeply curious as to what the plot like. I get the plot in this episode is that Imogen Poots' character wants to leave. She wants to go to film school, and it's about her realizing that there's still passion in being a roadie and whatever, and that she actually doesn't want to leave. That's the plot of the first episode, right? And that's fine. I never actually give a spoiler warning, but I don't think I really spoiled anything there. But I'm curious as to what the plot in future episodes, because they had the stalker like sneak into the building in this one, and I thought that could have been a plot in another episode. That could have been a whole episode. That could have been a plot.
This is why I say it feels really trashy. It kind of reminds me of soaps. Just throw it in and like see what sticks. Like there was a lot going on. There was like you said, the stalker, the actual main plot. Then you had the whole who's going to be fired.
Yeah, they had that. Like, I will say that the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes of it, I wasn't really sure what the main plot of the episode was, because it was introducing so much different stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the second half where it kind of honed in on that one main plot of Imogen Poots' character. No, I kind of agree with a lot of what you're saying. It is kind of trashy. It is kind of just...
It's the sort of thing where if I didn't have a fair amount of other stuff to watch, I'd probably watch it. But with it being an hour long, that's just too much.
Yeah, I'm not being as negative as you. With the expectations I had got on based on the reviews, I was expecting to be really bored, and I wasn't. I thought it was fine.
That's the thing. I don't think it was that boring. It's not bad. It isn't as bad as those reviews were making it out to be.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely agree with you there. But I just don't see myself caring either. It's one of those ones.
Yeah. That's fair. I definitely like this more than American Gothic last week. I'm trying to think of other things I like this more than, because I definitely like this more than a couple of other things we've done.
What, recently or just in general?
Nah, just other things that I forced my way through.
Things that we dropped, basically.
No, things that I watched almost the whole series, like The Strain. I like this more than The Strain.
Oh, okay, I never watched that.
And Penny Dreadful. I don't know. This seemed it seemed a lot more comforting to watch than those did, at least. Which they shouldn't be because they're horror shows, but they were just.
But that is the thing of trash TV, isn't it? Like, it is just nice when you don't really want to watch anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you maybe did being a little bit too harsh.
Maybe, but I don't know.
But at the same time, I don't want you to think I'm liking it that much.
That's the thing. It's really not that bad. It's not. I can't stress that enough. It isn't awful. There is no glaring, this is so bad moments. There's no real bad acting that much, really. Bit over the top at points, sure, but that kind of comes with trash TV, I think. It's just... It just falls into that category of this is so trash TV that I kind of just dismiss it immediately. Like I do with all trash TV.
That's a blatant lie. There's a lot of trash TV that you like. There must be.
No, that's the thing. And it's not that I don't like them, it's just that I'll never commit to watching trash TV on a regular basis. That's what I mean by dismiss it. If it's there and it's on, I'll probably watch it. But I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it. That's the difference.
Okay, but let's talk about the actual episode.
Sure.
Good points and bad points.
Okay. Good stuff. Like I said there, the acting for the most part is pretty good.
Yeah, they're mostly pretty likeable, especially Imogen Poots. I think she's she's quite endearing. I did think it was amusing that she is actually English, doing a pretty good American accent, and there's actually a character who's American doing a really shit fake English accent.
Yeah.
So when they were talking to each other, I was kind of like, oh, this must have been weird to shoot this.
Yeah, it's all backwards.
Yeah, with her actually having an English accent but doing a good American accent, and him intentionally doing a bad. There was just
yeah,
all going on. I wonder if they're going to like shoot at the same empty stadium for every episode and just pretend it's a different one, or if they're actually traveling to different stadiums and arenas.
I'm inclined to think they'd have to use different ones because
you could tell it's the same one.
Well, not just that, but they're talking about specific problems with
Hmm.
certain places. Like they
True.
mentioned the ice
True.
rink in one of them, and it's like you can't do that here. You have to physically look like a different building.
Yeah. I wonder. I wonder if they just sort of worked out a nice schedule where there's just days where these arenas aren't being used, like during the
Oh, it
day.
happens all the time.
So that's probably just how they scheduled it. Is the arena made a lot of money off the fact that they came in and used it all these during all these off days.
That is true because the arenas will likely they'll be empty a lot,
Yeah.
and you pay them. They're not going to care, are they?
It's not like they really care which one they go to. They just like they don't have to actually be in the city they say they're in. They could just say right which one's available for this
Yeah,
next block of shooting. Then all right, let's go to that one.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work out pretty nicely for them, I reckon.
Well, I think they've already shot all the episodes, so yeah, I imagine if they.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I imagine they'll all look like different places. Like they will be different places, not just
Yeah.
a weird, dodgy set dressing on the one arena. Although that would be amazingly funny to watch.
It would be a little bit funny. I don't think it was a little bit cheesy. It was kind of like they did this, and I suppose we're kind of crossing into some spoilers here. There's not a lot to spoil, but there's one minor thing I do kind of want to bring up.
Is it towards the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the sort of climactic. So spoilers here. Not huge. I mean, if you're not too fussed, it's not a big deal. But like there's a sort of running plot with Imogen Poots' character where she's made this film comprised of all these different running shots, and we get this sort of like indie movie sort of moment where she realizes she wants to run back to them, and it intercuts with
To the
the
montage that
clips,
she made, basically. Yeah.
which made me think, oh, this must have cost money.
I know, because it's like recognizable films that it's coming
And then I
from.
was like, wait a minute, right? Paramount owns Showtime. Is it all Paramount films? I'm like, no, because that's Bugs Bunny. That's Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
So they paid for this. They paid out the ass for this.
they did.
So respect. Admittedly, though, that moment is very like cheesy. Uh,
It is, but it it
it
it
works though.
works for being cheesy because it's playing up. Because she was speaking earlier about how it was like kind of cheesy in these
Yeah, yeah,
moments
yeah.
in the films. With them if they hadn't intercut with it, it wouldn't have worked.
But I say it was cheesy. It was a kind of a nice cheesy. I was kind of smiling as it was happening.
Yeah, it was a nice cheese.
Yeah. So respect to that. That was kind of good. And I think I just kind of do you know what I think I liked it a bit more than you did. I think I just kind of liked the vibe of the backstageness of it all, like getting ready to put on a show kind of thing. I think I just like that atmosphere.
I think I've been in it too many times to care about seeing it on TV.
See, I've been in it a fair amount of times when I was in school.
Alright.
I used to actually be on the stage crew for like the big Christmas shows we did every year.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was actually very much in that kind of side of things. Admittedly, we didn't have rigs that we climbed up and all that shit. This is obviously on a much bigger
Yeah.
scale, but uh, so I don't know. I think there's just a vibe of getting ready for the show that night from the viewpoint of all the techies and people running around doing all this stuff that I kind of appreciate. Like I said, I have no idea what the plots are going to be like after this.
I can't even fathom what they might be.
I guess Luke Wilson and Carla Gugino might have a will they won't they thing because everyone keeps joking they act like a married couple.
Yeah.
But that almost feels like just too obvious and
That's what I mean. This is why it feels a bit like trashy and soapy, because then you're gonna have her. She's married to
yeah.
someone else, right? So you have like her cheating on her husband, and there's the big soap trashy moments that are just there.
But then there's things that actually did genuinely make me laugh. Like he gives him the speech about the firecrackers and like the melting incidents and all that, and then the other guy gives him the speech about the piano and how bad that is, and he's like, "Oh, if that happens, it's as bad as a firecracker." And then Luke Wilson just stops deadpan and goes, "Nothing's as bad as the firecracker."
Tell you what, though, I did physically like cringe a little when he put the cup down on the piano. Ooh, do not do that.
Yeah, I think there was little things like that they did quite well. I think what this show did well was the little slice of life like moments that you don't think about, but the
Yeah,
actual big plots are just kind of generic and
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. That's fair enough.
Yeah, like the crazy stalker, like I could have almost done without, but then the scene where she was having sex with that random new guy and he was getting scared mid sex was actually kind of funny because she's basically started like caressing his like pass badge, his ID badge, and like whatever, and just looked demented, and he was getting quite scared.
Yeah.
But again, I could have done without her. Like, she didn't need to be topless. Like, it just felt kind of gratuitous.
It felt, we can do it, so let's do it.
Yeah, they did that twice in one episode.
Yeah. It's something you see a lot on cable, though, I find.
It is. And it always kind of bothers me unless it feels justified.
Yeah, it's because you get so used to seeing it on networks without it, and it's like, well, this is fine. There's no need.
Yeah, there's no need for it. I think the swearing's fine, like, because in this like sort of scenario, yeah, people would be swearing at each other and like.
Yeah, that's natural.
Yeah, that's natural, and it feels like it should be there. But the nudity just kind of felt like, whatever. I mean, at the same time though, when the crazy girl did sneak into like the band room and like got the mic, and it looked like she was about to use it as a dildo, I was like, okay, that's kind of like, it's adding to the creepiness, and I get that.
That's funny. That's
yeah,
fine.
it's funny, yeah.
And I think it worked a little bit earlier on when what's her name walked in and she was naked still.
At the start with the Asian girl, yeah.
Yeah, because it adds to the awkwardness of her rather than her being fully dressed. But for the actual two scenes where they're having sex, it's like, did it need to be?
Yeah, it didn't. Like, you could have just done this classic TV style and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
So, no. I mean, honestly, like, if I'm going to sum up we don't usually rate things on this show, but I feel like I want to here just to put you where my mind is. It feels like an enjoyable 6.57 kind of thing.
See, I'd give it a 6. But 6 is a watchable, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of these people who thinks 6s are awful.
I don't know, I just, like, I went in with these weird expectations because the reviews looked so harsh. And I kind of came out going, like, that was fine. Admittedly, like, do I care enough to, like, keep up with it on a weekly basis? Probably not.
That's the thing. It's fine, but it's too trashy for me to watch on a regular basis.
It's the sort of thing I might binge watch the season, like...
It's the sort of thing that, like I said, if I was flicking through the channels and I saw this, or I was really bored late at night and I couldn't sleep, this is the sort of thing I watch at those times.
Yeah.
But it's not something I'd care about to watch on a regular weekly basis. But if you like your trash TV, yeah, you'll probably enjoy this. It's pretty good for what it is.
There you go. I think that probably sums up our thoughts as best we can. So I guess we're not doing more of this then. This will just be a one-time pilot thing. But that said though, for the things that we've only done the pilots of and dropped, this is probably the best one.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing I could see give it like when we get a lull, maybe around Christmas time now, where we might have actually happened to have watched the rest of it by that point. I could see doing like a season thing.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, like I say, like, of all the things we've done one episode of and not continued, this is probably the best one.
It's definitely the best one that I've seen out of that lot, yeah.
Maybe Lucifer. Maybe we could argue Lucifer.
Yeah, either or.
Yeah, but like, nah, I mean, give it a try. If it sounds like your sort of thing, I would recommend it. I think I will probably watch the rest of the season at some point, but just not on a
That's what I mean. At some point, yeah, I'll probably watch it.
But no, so that's Roadies. So let us know what you guys think in the comments below, and like and subscribe and all that jazz. And we'll see you next time.